Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 14 of our Elm Creek Oats and Goats gameplay series. I am the Ultra Farmer. We've got a busy episode, as always. There's a ton of work that needs to be done that we didn't get done last episode, which is mainly our oat harvest. We've got to ride the horses. We got to start getting prepped for winter, getting ready to get these fields all kind of prepped, mulched, and everything once the harvest is done. We're baling a bunch of straw. It's busy, busy, busy here in Elm Creek, and we got to get right into it. So let's get into episode 14, and let's get back into this oat harvest and try and get that done. Yes, so as you can see, we're right in the thick of it with our oat harvest. We got an AI worker just starting on this second field. Now, if we head back over to our to the main farm, I've got our baler sitting here, so I'm gonna fire this tractor up, and we got to keep going with this unit. I'm going to swap back over, get this baler fired back up, and yeah, I want to get this field baled. We've got a bunch of new horses around the farm as well, which we got to kind of go through. They've got a bunch of funny names. Why isn't this drop down? There we go. We've got Small Ramsey, Oreo, Gusty. Is it Gusty? And then there's one more. I can't remember the new name. Actually, let's just go look real quick for what it's going to take a sec here. Kismet, yeah, there's Gusty. Ebony, that's right. Ebony. And then in the other one, we've got Oreo, Groovy, Small Ramsey, Trooper, Mufasa, Applejack, Urko. And Mufasa and Applejack's value is getting pretty good. Groovy, we just got to ride a little bit more and get the fitness up. Fitness is at 100%, but we got to get our daily riding up on Groovy and just kind of keep on top of that over the next little bit. Probably be one of the stallions that we get close to selling. I don't know exactly when, but I kind of want to push through and be using Urko, Applejack, Mufasa, and Trooper is kind of like our next set of stallions. And then once Small Ramsey and Oreo get a little bit older, that's where we'll kind of rotate them out, is my plan right now. I don't know if it's a good plan, but it's the one that we have. What else is going on? We gotta go kind of check on the goats and just see how the goat milk situation is going, which will kind of be on the back burner of things, because kind of our main focus is going to be getting the harvest done, getting all this straw baled, which we're just kind of baling the straw just to see. I don't know how many straw bales we're going to get off of everything. I kind of just wanted to do it just to test it out and see. We haven't baled any of the straw. I don't really know how much money we're going to make from baling straw. Probably not a whole heck of a lot, as straw bales, I mean, from everything that I can remember of straw bales, that they don't really make you a ton of cash. But yeah, I don't know, even if we could make really any extra cash, kind of helps us out right now. But we will be getting to sell some of the horses here soon, so that's where we'll get a little bit of cash. Plus the fall is coming, which is always our busy season for doing contracts and helping out around Elm Creek, just with the implements that we have, that we're able to kind of go do. Plowing and cultivating contracts are kind of our bread and butter, if we have any bread and butter. But I'm excited to take the new horses through the riding arena and get their values way up. And yeah, I'm hoping roughly in the springtime maybe we can be selling some of the horses. Maybe. It just kind of all depends. I want to see what kind of value we can get Groovy up to over the next couple months. Oh, our grain tank is almost full. Okay, let's just tab over and let's get this tractor fired up here. Let's get this tractor fired up and let's go hook onto our trailer and see if we can get some. We'll see if we can get some grain pulled out of that combine. Yeah, right there. Alright, off we go. Yeah, we've got a little bit of goat milk sitting there in the drop-off area, but not a whole heck of a lot. Jeez, are we going to be able to get... How full is full? 84%. Alright, let's pull over here with this baler. I'm going to just kind of keep going around. I'm going to keep going around and see if we can get just some of this straw off while the harvest is still going, just to kind of keep everything going as fast as we can. Nice. I'm really excited though. This is going to be our biggest oat harvest yet. I think it is, yeah. It should be our biggest yet now that we've got all these fields. So that's pretty exciting. We'll see how much we get. We'll be able to dump a bunch into the horse pastures just while this is happening. I'm just trying to kind of watch that combine over there. Two things. I don't really want a bale to drop out. I want to get to a point where the bale's just about to drop off. Let's back up here. Baler's going to be parked in the way down there, but that's okay. But like a full combine of grain is about 8,000 liters on this one, I believe. Oh no, we've got such a traffic jam going on here. Jeez, what a jam. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. We'll pull down here. Even if Bale kicks off now, it'll be okay because they're working on the up-downs. This is what happens when I get too many tractors going on the field. Alright, let's let that sitting there for right now. And we'll spin this down to the other end. I want to try and get a full grain dump out of that combine so then it can just keep going. Yeah, trying to do too many things at once here. Trying to do too many things at once. And we'll just let this guy spin around, and then we'll try and get as much grain out of that combine as we can. And then we might not have to worry about... No, yeah, we shouldn't have to worry about getting any more grain pulled out until the harvest is just done, and we can just kind of wheel the combine right over to the silos and either dump straight in there, or just depending where this tractor is, maybe we will dump it in. Okay, let's get set up here, kind of, sorta. Yeah, let's see if we can get the rest of this grain out of the combine. The only nice thing about little bigger fields is we got a little bit more time on the different passes. These shorter fields, you kind of get a spot to go, and you got to get it when you can. Otherwise, this thing's gonna. Yeah, workers are always trying to turn around and do whatever. But good stuff, and we are back on the apple hunt, which is nice. I'm kind of glad we decided to do that. Yeah. We'll go try and find some apples. We are going to get to the point where the apples are going to be quite far away. So even if we do find one every now and then, I kind of didn't really think about that as well either when I was kind of worried about, you know, just the money and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, a couple of them are going to be easy here. You know, there might be some closer ones that aren't too far away. Like at the grain drop off over there's probably one kicking around. But we're going to be getting to the point where all of them are just so far away. So even to find one is going to be like a bit of an adventure, which is yeah, just add a little bit of something for us to do on the side, which is kind of fun. I really want to find all of them though. Now it's like Pokemon cards, which in case any of you have been wondering, well, not that you know, but I've been collecting some really good Pokemon cards lately. There's a flea market where I live. It's every Sunday, and there's a big collector there, and I'm always going to get Pokemon cards. I'm trying to collect all the first editions from the original base set, which is 102 cards, and I've got like 30 of them now, because they're like, well, one, they're kind of hard to find, but two, like, even like I bought a Charmander last week and it was like a $100 card. So there's gonna be, yeah, there's like a lot of, it'll take a while before I can get all of them. Plus finding a first edition Charizard is not gonna be cheap. No matter, even if it's like a damaged card or something like that, it's not going to be cheap. And I'm also trying to collect, for anyone who's into Pokemon cards, I'm trying to collect the Scarlet and Violet 151 set, which again, I've got that about, I think, 78% done. If I look at my little Poke Collector app, I think I'm about 78% completed on that. But like, I'm getting down to some rare stuff, but I've got a Charizard kind of on the hook. Yeah, I got a Charizard. I gotta go wheel and deal at the flea market a little bit more on this Sunday, and we'll see. Okay, yes. Yes, sorry, I'm in the way. I'm in the way. I'll pull this trailer right out of the way. But yeah, that's my other side quest in real life is trying to collect Pokemon cards. That Scarlet and Violet set is just a nice set. I really like that one. It's actually from 2023. But yeah, let me know in the comment section or in the Discord if any of you guys are Pokemon collectors and what sets you've been hunting for, if you are, or which ones you have completes of, or maybe if you've got some just sitting in the attic that you haven't looked at in a long time, let me know. Let me know. Put some pictures of them in the Discord. I think I'm gonna make a Pokemon channel in the Discord. So if anyone would be interested in that, let me know in the comment section, or just join the Discord and put it in the general chat that you would be interested in kind of like a Pokemon, again, side quests for the Discord. But that's kind of what else is new. I finished my book Operation Paperclip, which is, I mean, it was a decent book, but it's like it it runs on a little bit. Like it was like 19 hours of listening to it, which is, it is what it is, but like 19 hours of just hearing about the like most awful things that Nazis did is like a little bit, after a while you're just like, good God. Good Lord. But yeah, I'm excited to get into my next book, which I'll start tomorrow. And yeah, I'll kind of let you guys know how that one goes. And I keep forgetting the title because it's like Empire of the. Let me just look. I did this last episode. I had to. Empire of the Summer Moon. Yes, that's the one. SC Gwyn. Yeah, excited for that one. I've actually wanted to listen / read that book for a while, so I'm interested to see how it'll be. And the book that I finished before, I know this is kind of a recap from last episode, so if anyone missed it, but the book I read before Operation Paperclip, was a book called Chaos, and that one was by Tom O'Neill. I said read, but I listened to that audiobook, and that's what I know. Okay, I'm gonna spin. I'm just gonna keep getting the bales done on this field, and once I kind of get the combine going on that next field and everything's like kind of good to go, meaning that I'm just gonna get a little bit of grain pulled out of that combine, and then once that's good to go, yeah. See, I'm in the way. I'm always in the way here. Let's just back this unit up. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, we'll just get this. I'll just leave this here for right now. This guy's almost done, so I'm just gonna stay breathing this combine. Okay, let's go like this. Let's open that. Let's jump in this unit. And then we're gonna get this combine started on the final field. And hopefully, I probably don't even really have to do this, but I'm just gonna because it's a good time to do it. Jeez, we almost got a full trailer full, which is awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Okay, let me spin this around real quick. I'll try and get right out of the way here. And let's get this worker started on this field. Jump back over here and we'll be able to get our bales done. So we got a couple bales now. I don't even know when the best time to take in straw bales is. We'll have to take a look at that and see. Also, let's get down these bales real quick. And we're going to look at the contracts and just see if anything has popped through. We're still pretty early in the season, except for kind of our bread and butter. But let's just go see what has popped through. Maybe there's like an oat field that we can go help harvest. I doubt it, but never know. Okay, let's lift this up. I'm just going to shut this tractor down for right now. Let's go in and see what there is for contracts. Baling. What? Square bales? Oh, round bales. Round bales. Dang. I was in a baling kind of mood, if I'm not going to lie. Round bales. Yeah, well. Harvesting. Oats. What? Where do we got to harvest oats? Field 88? Oh man, maybe we should go do that. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Do I want to go do that? It's kind of far away. Yeah, it's pretty far to go with the combine. It's so slow. Yeah, for only 2 grand. But you would get a little bit of extra oats out of it. That's the nice thing about when you do harvesting contracts is you kind of get to keep a little bit of the extra. Okay, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. That's hilarious though. There's an oat harvesting contract. Okay, what I think I'm gonna go do though, because we're gonna end up filling this trailer, is I'm gonna go dump. Yeah, I'm gonna go dump this trailer in the silos. Do we want to put it in the silo? Well, let's do a flyby of kind of each of the pastures. That's what we'll do. We'll see if we can fit any. Should be able to fit some in here. Nice. Dang, we were able to fit a lot in there. Alright. The other one only holds 10,000 liters worth of food, so we might not be able to fit as much, but we'll try. What's Danny doing? Just sleeping in the middle. Yeah, we've got horses galore now. Alright, not too bad. 118 liters left in here. Okay, so both are full. No, this combine's right here. Do you think we can get a little bit of grain pulled out of this while we're right here? Why not? Let's try. Oh. Hitting the wrong button. Button mashing. Alright, I'm going to kick this trailer off here. Let's grab some of these bales if we can. I'm gonna see if I can grab... Alright, let's try and grab both of these. And we'll head and go take them to the drop-off. Alright, let's go. Oh, I'm loving this new joystick, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Awesome. Ooh. Coming in hot a little bit there. Nice, we got a few straw bales kicking around in there. Which, yeah, we'll just take and sell them off. I don't know exactly when. We'll have to find out when the best time to take them in is, but... we'll go sell them off at some point. Like I said, I don't know how much cash we're going to make from it, but we will... we'll try and get something. It'll be some dog food money. We always gotta be doing some chores to make sure we got some extra cash to go get dog food. Alright. Okay, well what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna just let this oat harvest progress just a little bit until we're kind of done and we've got at least a couple tractors freed up so that we can kind of start on field prep. And yeah, then we'll go from there. We gotta mulch. Can't forget to mulch. That's gonna be the thing we do first. And then obviously we've got our normal stuff of dealing with the nitrogen and getting our pH levels and all that stuff down. So I'll just kind of keep plugging on a little bit more here and I'll bring you back once that field's almost complete and we're just kind of working on baling. Alright, the oat harvest is officially complete. I'm just hopping into this other tractor. I'm kind of going to do the last little, the last little run around. So we got 1,800 liters in the trailer right now. I didn't even really pay attention to what was sitting in the combine, so we'll see what we get out of this. Roughly about 2,000 liters that we had in that trailer, so we'll just kind of do the math. And we'll get this dumped in the silo. Man, I wish those baling contracts were square bales. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of in a mood to go bale a big field. In one of those baling kind of moods. But that's all right. There'll be some square ones that pop up one day, and we'll get a chance to go. Okay, 77.23. So yeah, about 5,000 liters we had sitting in the combine, which is awesome. So let's go dump this into the silo. And while I was kind of waiting for that field to finish, I went and I mulched our field kind of at in the main farm area. So that field is all mulched and kind of ready to rock. We still obviously got to deal with the pH and the nitrogen and all that jazz, but this field is officially mulched. What I want to do is, since I'm in that baling mood, we're gonna go bale that field that we just finished, and then we'll continue on mulching and getting the field prepped and all that stuff. Danny's just cooking around here, patrolling, keeping an eye on things. We're gonna drop the header onto the trailer. We'll we'll probably just leave it sitting there for right now so that we can kind of keep going and doing chores. I want to get some fuel in the combine, as it's always good to fuel up so that we got fuel when we go to harvest next year. So let's do a flyby here and let's get some fuel in this unit. Not that we're running out, but I just like when we got everything full of fuel. It's because I ran out one time, not in a combine, just I can't remember what series it was, but I ran out of fuel, and it sucked. It sucked. I was like in the middle of a field. It was a big time pain. So we can't have that happen again. Cannot have that happen again. Alright. Get the header on the trailer. I have to run over Danny. Danny's like unfazed. Okay, well that woke him up a little bit. Alright, let's see if we can get this unit backed in without wrecking anything. Or driving into the oil change hole, the well. And I want to shut this unit down, but I'm going to park that unit. And let's fire this unit back up and let's get baling. Pull the old baler across this field. And then we'll be able to scoop our bales off. Alright, let's do it. Yes, I'm very excited. Yeah, I was in kind of a mood to go bale a big field. Now we got to go on a quest and try and find an apple this episode. I mean, we're going to have to do an episode one day where we're just apple hunting. Maybe once we get to a point, maybe we'll get to a point where we sell a bunch of horses and we make some like really good cash, and as like a celebratory ride, we'll take maybe Urko or Trooper or something, or maybe Mufasa or Applejack, and we'll go for, well, one thing we definitely have to do this October, we can't forget to do, and when I say we, I mean me, but you guys should try and remind me in the comment section as well, or in the Discord, that we got to go out, check out the corn maze in October, and there's definitely going to be some apples up there. There will definitely be some up there. Probably, like, when we went to the cave, if anyone remembers that episode, we went to the cave, what did we get up there, 2 or 3? I think it was like 3 for sure. There might have been 2 down, it might have even got 4 up there. That's where that's where it all started, is we went and checked out the cave, and yeah, like I said, I knew there was collectibles, I just didn't know, you could get 5 grand per golden apple. And that sent us on the quest, the side quest, to get all the Elm Creek apples before this series is done. Which we might have to make a goal. We might have to make a goal that we get all the apples before the series is done, or like as close as possible, to the point where we like can't find any more. So we got to give it the good honest try. But yeah, we got to go up to that corn maze, and that's going to be a ride. Because the second thing that we said with the apples is that we had to be on one of the horses. You can only find them when we're on horseback. If we're just driving around, doesn't count. We got to be on a horse in order to collect them. So there's going to be, yeah, there'll be some around. Now, we'll check out the corn maze in October. Is like a lot of say. The only thing I don't know if we're going to do this year is worry about. I don't know if I'm going to plant this field in grass. Like last year we were doing the other fields, we planted them in grass. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to leave our one field that we have there as grass. Leave these fields as the oat fields, and I'm not going to mess with this anymore, because like we're not going to run out of hay. Yeah, we're not going to run out of hay, and the goats are going to be eating meadow for the next 2 or 3 months as is. So we're not really going to run out of that. I think we'll be good just to leave the fields as they are for now. If we start to get to the point where we're running out of hay, maybe we can always just do that, and we can kind of do like a side quest at the end of each oat harvesting season, plant some grass, get a cut off it before winter, get a cut off in the spring, and then plant oats. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. We'll just kind of we'll play it out. What the heck's going on with this tractor? This tractor's like, it's almost like it was struggling there for a second, which it shouldn't. We got 190 horse in this tractor. 190 horse, and there's not really like any hills around here. Like, yeah, there's not really any like hills. Not like in Waseca County, like on the Hard Times Hog Farm. There was some hills on those fields. Good lord. Even that Valtra tractor was like 420 horse, and it was having trouble getting up some of those hills with just the fertilizer spreader on it, which was really weird. But yeah, we really got to go ride the horses as soon as all this is kind of done, and once the baling's done and I can set a worker to kind of do some of these fields and get the mulching and stuff done, then we'll start going and riding the horses. The main ones that I want to ride are Groovy, Mufasa, Applejack, Penelope, and maybe like Opal and Millie. I don't know for sure, but that's going to be the main ones. The young stallions, I'm not going to worry about riding them right now, because like, one, they're just young. They're not, it doesn't really matter. Their fitness, their health will be fine, as long as they're fed. But I don't think we got to really be worrying about getting them out and getting them through the riding arena and trying to put some like miles on them. We'll wait till they're like a year old or something before we even worry about that. But I want to get some of the mares sorted. Like, I'd like to sell some of the mares, but also the young ones, like we got to wait till they're like 22 months old before they can reproduce. So that's like almost 2 years game time old before we can get, before they can get pregnant and they can have any offspring. So I think honestly the best strat is going to be to get some good mares and just watch their age, make sure they don't get too old and we're starting to like really drop in value, but just be really keeping the mares, and when we have little full colts, get them up to a good amount and sell them off, because they're going to be worth more money faster. And if we don't need, like, we only need so many stallions really in the barn to make sure the mares are getting pregnant when they need to. So I think that's going to be the strat. Let's go drop these bales off and then we'll jump in the other tractor. We've already got our bale spike on, so we can come grab all these bales. I'm just going to wheel over to the drop off with the baler right now rather than drop them on the field, because it's just a little bit easier. Let's go drop these off. I'll have to look and find out when the best time to sell the straw bales is going to be, because I really have no clue. Okay, we're stocked up. We've got to park this stuff. We'll get a bunch of stuff parked away and cleaned up here, because we can get that trailer parked away. There should be about 5,000 liters worth of oats sitting in... Or no, there's going to be about 7,800 liters of oats just sitting in the silos. Now we're going to have one more straw bale kick out of here when we go to bale that grass field the next time we go. So let's pull around here. Let's go hook onto the mulchers with this 4755 and get mulching these fields. Whoa! The goats are like, what is going on? Yeah, let's get this field mulching, and we'll go get into our other tractor. We'll park the trailer away. Maybe we'll park the header. Yeah, we'll park the header back beside the barn. Kind of get some stuff cleaned up. We got a little bit of a chaos going on over there. So let's get a worker going. We'll spin this trailer. Let's just back this trailer in right here. Did that disconnect? There we go. Okay, let's connect to this header trailer. And back this unit up. There we go. This trailer, since we've got this farm, this trailer has moved 30 feet. It moves up, and then it moves back and it gets parked for a year. That's about it. That's all that happens. All right, let's go get some bales. Let's go get some bales off the field. That dip there is a little intense. It's too bad I can't see the spikes a little bit better when we're sitting in the cab. Can't really see anything. Alright. What I want to kind of do is I want to get one on like each spike here. Give her some shakes. I'm trying to give her some shakes to get her on there a little bit better. Alright, let's go get another one. Grab our bales, and then we gotta go ride some horses. That's gonna be the main thing that we're working on. Alright, off we go. How many more bales are on this field? 3 more? Yeah, just those 3. Okay. 3 more bales, not too bad. We should check too, once we dump these in the bale storage, let's go in and let's just look at straw. Because what are we... It says we got 14,000 liters on these spikes, so is that 7,000 liters per? Danny, watch out. Can't afford any vet bills. Danny. We don't got that kind of cheddar just hanging around here. Okay, let's go check real quick. Straw. Value, 2,500 bucks, 2,600 bucks. Well, you know, it's better than 600 bucks. Probably won't bale the straw again, I think. Unless we get into baling mode, you know. Okay, there we go. Let's grab these. Alright, go drop these off, and then we'll start riding the horses. What I'll probably do is, yeah, I'll just get these dropped in, I'll get that last bale dropped in, and then as the fields are mulching, we'll kind of go ride some horses. So, yeah, I'll meet you on one of the horses. Maybe we'll take Groovy out for a spin, and then, yeah, probably Mufasa and Applejack after that. Alright, crew, we are off. We are off to search for the golden apples. This field is almost mulched. Probably by the time we get back, it'll be done, but we're gonna head out. We're gonna head south here and see what we can find. I don't know exactly. I'm thinking maybe we go down and check in this area right here and see if we can find any golden apples. And yeah, there's gotta be. Usually those POIs, there's something. So let's go see what we can find. Whoa. Is there one in here? No way. There we go. Not too bad. Okay, let's jump back on Groovy here. Now, we got to get the 100% riding out of Groove. Can we run through here? Oh, nice, Groove. Nice work. Light at the end of the tunnel. All right, let's go. Like the wind, Groovy. Okay, did we check over here? I thought we did come down over here, to be honest. Or maybe not. One hidden in that tunnel. See, that's what I mean. Like, there's going to be some ones that are hid in some weird spots. And we've found, like, the quote-unquote easy ones, it seems like. Like, you know, like, I've always seen one sitting in these things. Not in that one, though. Yeah, there's one right there. Okay. Let's jump off. $93 more to go, though. Good lord. Now, they're probably... Well, there might be one more around here. We gotta look good, because my luck will be like, oh yeah, we already looked down there, and then, yep, before we know it, there's one more. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the wheel of that lawnmower, I definitely thought I saw one. We got a chainsaw sitting here. Let's cruise around the backside. Like, how many AC units are on this thing? There's one on that side, one on the back, one right there. Let's just check this front porch. Nothing on the meter. Okay. Alright, let's go check this house right up here because we probably got to get... Oh yeah, we got 100% riding. We'll check this place while we're here. And then off we go. Okay, yeah, I thought I saw this. Either way, I was gonna come look in here. Just a quick little. We gotta be on the horse though. We can't be running around. Okay, there we did it. I'll say that's our apple hunting mission for this episode. So we got 3, not too bad. Now, we got to go down there and check next time. But let's take Groovy back. There's one hidden in that tunnel. AI worker completed their task. Okay, perfect. We'll head back up to the farm. We'll put Groovy in the pen, and then we'll go get the AI worker set on that other field to start mulching. And then we'll take maybe Applejack and Mufasa, but we'll just do our normal kind of lap. We'll do 1 lap around our, like, kind of our normal loop, because that's a good way to get them to 100%. And then we'll take one of them through the riding arena, do some laps through there. Now, I kind of want to test something here. Like, how far can we leave, like, if I leave Groovy just kind of sitting here while we jump in a tractor, and that's what we should do. We should probably save the game before something weird happens. You know how that happens to us. Okay, let's jump in this tractor and see if Groovy will just sit here. You gonna chill for a sec? Don't go anywhere. Groovy, don't move. We're just backing up here. We're just backing up. Alright, good work, Groove. Good work, Groove. Let's head back. Yeah, Groovy's an all-star, that's why. Oreo would probably run away. Small Ramsey, I don't know. Well, I think we almost got to change that horse's name. Can't be Ramsey, you know? Game of Thrones. Everybody knows Ramsey sucked. Might just be bad luck. Okay. So Groovy's 4 years old. 4.5 years old. 28,000. Almost 29,000. Genetics very good. See, the overall quality of Groovy is extremely high. Oh, let's jump off. Okay, so let's check out. That's Urko. Again, very, very high. Oreo's young. Can't jump on that horse for some reason. There's Mufasa. Let's take Mufasa into the riding arena. Oh, yeah. Kind of run into the fence there. Take a Mufasa over this big one. Jump out. We'll do our spin. We'll try and jump. We'll try and jump where the gazebo is. We got to kind of make like a hard spot here that we always try and come through. This is how you get some good Kentucky Derby horses right there. Strong legs, you know what I mean, from jumping around the riding arena. This will be the barbecue loop. Nice. Jump the water tank. Oh, yeah. See, Mufasa's unreal. Let's check our percent here. 70%. That's good. We could probably just rip around this mulched field a little bit. Double back. We'll go see how the AI worker's doing over here. Looks like they got probably that first... Yeah, almost the first headland done. Oh yeah, the first headlands are done. Nice. Alright, let's head back over. And then we'll brush Mufasa and we'll just see what the value's at. I didn't even really look before to see what what the fitness of Mufasa is. Let's close that. All right, let's jump off. Where is he at? Yeah, Mufasa's such a good horse. Health high. Okay, 75% fitness. Okay, perfect. So Mufasa's 1.5 years old, and Groovy's the one that's getting, like, quote unquote, the oldest. But Groovy's almost worth about 30 grand, which is awesome. Urko's 3 years. Urko, is definitely one of going to be our main stallions that we keep for at least another year and a half, I think. Same with Trooper. This is small Ramsey, very young. Where's Trooper? Might be that one. They still kind of get jammed out. Or here's Trooper. 2 years old. Yeah, we got to get Trooper's value up a little bit more. Fertility high. Groovy's just got such good genetics. Like, there's Mufasa. Where's Applejack? Urko. Ramsey. This one I thought was Applejack. No, that's Trooper. Yeah, it's not letting me jump on him. Okay, we might just have to save, and I might have to do the reset thing before we can get on those other horses. Unfortunately, it just is the way that it is. But, okay, I'm going to just keep going with mulching, and, yeah, I'll kind of bring it back once we're riding Applejack and getting a few more of the horses, getting their riding percentages up. All right, we are back. I got Applejack Road, and I'm just on Penelope right now, and she's all basically good to go. All the mares are still recovering from giving birth, so their health and stuff is a little bit lower. I think that would be why. Also, she's like half in the barn here. Still pretty good value, though. Pretty good value. We got to get her fitness up over the next couple months. And, I got to add all these other horses to the list. I'll bring up the spreadsheet next episode if I can remember. Or I definitely bring it up one of these episodes. Well, I will when we start going to sell the horses for sure. I'll bring up the spreadsheet and I'll just kind of show you. It's nothing too glamorous, that's for sure. It's just a spreadsheet that keeps track of all the ones that we buy, and then what their sale prices are, and the kind of like what their age was when we bought them, and all that stuff, all that jazz, if you will. Okay, our AI worker has finished mulching the field, so let's just finish brushing Haka here. All right, let's jump over. Let's get this unit fired up. We got to go park these mulchers, or the mulcher. Park the old mulcher, get it set away, and then we got to deal with nitrogen, pH, all that stuff. So let's get this folded up. We'll fold up this unit. I'll back it into its spot, kind of on the front side of the barn. And then, what do you guys think we do first here? I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's deal with nitrogen. Nitrogen? Maybe something like that. Okay, let's get this backed in. Oh, we're on the front. There we go. Alright, let's get hooked on to... Actually, let's do the lime first. We'll do the lime first. And we'll have to kind of spread quite a bit of it here. We're probably going to have to fill up. I wonder how full these silos are. That's one thing, maybe that's one thing we'll do, is we've got to get like a seeding. This is what we're going to do right now. We're going to set a worker to start liming these fields, and then we're going to see what kind of silo we can get that'll hold seed and how much it's going to cost us and stuff, because I really don't know. Like, say we were to put down another silo right in this area somewhere that would hold, it's actually going to be under containers. Is it this one? Liquid fertilizer, that's for the lime. Yeah, it would be this one, 16,000 bucks. So that's what we'll have to get at some point, maybe put in here for the seeds. Okay, 16,000 bucks. Well, how much does it hold? 27,300 liters. So let's just go check real quick here. Seeds, yeah, so it'll cost like 30 grand to fill that thing. More than that, probably like 35 grand, which, well, we don't even have 35 grand, and we still got to buy the silo unit. But one thing at a time. So I think what we'll probably end up doing is let's end the episode there, and at the beginning of next episode we'll kind of go back to, we're going to be getting into the fall, so next episode we'll be doing a little bit more field prep work. We'll probably do the nitrogen and stuff at the beginning of next episode, or while we're kind of doing the last little bit of the pH and doing the nitrogen. Hopefully we could do some sort of a contract. It would be cool if a square baling contract came up, which, you know, it could. There's still stuff that could be harvested in the fall. There might be some wheat or barley fields out there that they bale with square bales, but who knows. I want to keep riding all the horses, and I don't know exactly when, but if we can get Groovy around that $30,000 to $40,000 mark, I think we'll probably sell Groovy and we'll just kind of move on to the next stage of our stallions. Whether with Urko and Trooper will kind of be our main ones next. And actually, you know what? While we're here, just sitting here in Chinwagon, I just want to go look at something real quick here. I thought it was 22 months. At 22 months, they could reproduce, but that might be just mares. Stallion. Yes, okay, so that's what it is. So that's what I read originally. That's why Urko wouldn't work. And that was good comms, probably from Brucey in the, in the comment section. I thought it was 22 months they can reproduce. I just assumed that was for both the mares and the stallions, but the stallions are 36 months. So Zip. Zip is very good. I haven't looked in here in a while. And next episode, what we'll be doing is we got to dig into the goats a bit more. We're potentially gonna have to make a plan at some point. I don't exactly know when, but we can kind of check. I want to make I want to make the pasture area for the goats bigger. I don't know if we have to redo this fence or what my plan is going to be exactly, but I would like to kind of make more room for the goats all along, kind of like the riverbed here that we're not really using it for anything. We don't really drive through there. So I was thinking about somehow incorporating the fence, so like this whole kind of area through the riverbed and the banks here we could use and make a bigger goat pasture. But that's going to take a little bit of messing around, because we're going to have to load up all the goats, get them out of here so that people can come in and work on the fence and kind of all that stuff. So it could potentially be a little bit of an adventure, but you know, that's what we seem to do around here, is just go on adventures. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it like you can't believe. Thank you to everybody who's hit that sub button, who's joined the Discord, who leaves me comments, who hits the like button, all that stuff. Thank you guys very, very much. I hope you have a good afternoon, morning, evening, whenever it is that you seem to be watching this video. I appreciate you for, coming along, sticking along with me on these series. I cannot wait for, I've got some ideas for the next series that we're going to do, and a couple more down the road. I'm really looking forward to them. I'm really liking this series as well. It's a little bit different than the last couple that we did, which I like that. I like that it's not just like we got to get production facilities and we're trying to get as much raw material as possible. It's a little bit different of a style, and it's kind of, it's been a nice break from kind of those other series where we start from nothing and we try to just build to tens of millions of bucks, huge equipment, huge fields, all that stuff. It's just a little bit different, and I just really enjoy it. But I can't wait for some of the next ones that are coming up now that I got this joystick, and it's easier for me to do work with some different pieces of equipment. I got some fun ideas for us, which I hope you guys will enjoy. So I know this sign off has been long and annoying. I'm just rambling here. I'm going to get off. I'm going to let you guys go. Have a good one. We'll see you in episode 15. Thanks again.